For today's creature feature, we return to the state of Georgia. Was just here in this state 2 weeks ago for Mad Monster up in Atlanta. Now we're hitting the East Coast. This weekend, Chris the Girl and I celebrate our 2-year anniversary of being together in America's most haunted city. We're going to Savannah. Haunt is about to be on. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J. This is Chris the Girl, my beautiful fiance, Chris the Girl on YouTube. Today, tonight, this weekend, it's Savannah, Georgia for us. Our first time together in this haunting city. This is your first time in general, right?
I think so. To my knowledge and recollection, I think so.
It's definitely our first time staying overnight in Savannah. We've got something special booked for this weekend. We're staying at a haunted hotel. That will come later. We actually will show you that tomorrow. We've also got several things booked for this weekend, including a ghost tour. That will also come tomorrow, but for today, we're heading right into the heart of Savannah. We're gonna go to the Graveface Museum, which is a very odd museum if you're into the spooky stuff like we are. Wait till you see it. I saw this place last year and I didn't have time to stop. I came out to visit the Halloween Inns filming locations and I saw this place and I was like, man, next time I go to Savannah, I've got to go there. So there you go, #1 on my list today. And also we're gonna go several places because Chris is making a video and she's gonna showcase some other places in Savannah. So make sure you check that out as well. I'm not gonna film those places. There's just so much to do on our list here and we've got a couple days to do it. We'll be back, but we're gonna celebrate our 2 years of being together with you guys. Really appreciate you guys always coming with us. We love you and here we go. It's just that simple. You'll see it when we get there. A lot of spooky things ahead for today's creature feature. Hello, Savannah. Much ahead. And we have made it to Savannah. There's a little sign right there hanging that says Graveface Museum. Check this out. We have to go down this little cobblestone road to find the building. That's an old road right there. If this cobblestone could talk, I'm sure they would tell us about horse and buggies. Welcome to Savannah's historic River Street Market. Shops, restaurants, tourist spots, and of course the Graveface Museum, which I think is right down there to the right. We parked here in this lot, paid by phone, and check out behind us. You've got the Savannah River, the Savannah Convention Center across the way there, and the giant bridge, which I believe that's Interstate 95 up there. Definitely passed over that before. Also, we got Chris the Girl making her video. Thank you.
We're gonna be doing something else.
And last night in St. Augustine, we saw the Old Town Trolley. It's cool how this trolley company, hello, is everywhere. All the historic cities around America, even out in San Diego. Oddities, true crime, macabre, and unusual history. It looks like this is just an advertisement. I think it's down the sidewalk. So it's on the other side of this building. So we have to go down and around the building. Okay, so up these exorcist looking stairs and to the left. That's what they remind me of. This place on the corner, Boar's Head. I'm guessing like Boar's Head meat. Since 1959, trolley coming down the same path we just took. We should have went that way, but we didn't know. We had to park anyway, so here we go around the building. A lot of walkways overhead up into the main street. Don't see that every day. And we've reached it. 410 East Factors Walk. Those are the main doors open. It says Oddities Museum, focusing on all things unusual, macabre, unique, and mysterious. Record shop and pinball located inside. And then after we go through the museum, just want to say we're going to travel down to the additional oddity shop and record store. There's 2 locations. Ooh, what a knocker. And right out here before the door is just a tub of random bones and records. This is our kind of place. On the main doors, there are the hours, noon to 7, Thursday through Sunday. Okay, here we go. We're gonna pay up at the main counter, which is right inside the door. and then we'll begin the tour. I believe I read online it's $20 each. All right, check it out. Oh my gosh. Now this is just the gift shop. Bunch of taxidermy in here. I see a Smurf head, Bert and Ernie head. So we're all paid up 20 bucks each for the ticket. A regular entry ticket is good for 2 days. So if we wanted to come back tomorrow, we could do so as well. And check it out. This is the entrance. Giant devil dude. And here we are. Beginning in the first room, we just got a self-guided tour, a little run through. There are so many things going on in here. This is the roadside attractions room. A lot of taxidermy in here and the works of Mr. Tate. And just to show you, there's a Fiji mermaid there, which is fake, but I was told that this shrunken head over on the left, made by Homer Tate, is real. That is a real shrunken head. Now, we've shown a lot of shrunken heads on this channel, but I have never had confirmation of a real one. That one right there is from a real body. Ooh, it's a really cool spooky vibe in here. It's so dark in this first room. I kind of feel like I'm in the Munsters living room, especially with that bear right there. Creepy. This is Clementine, the 5-legged cow. Look right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, cute little Clementine. A 2-headed guinea pig from the 1800s. I've never seen a 2-headed guinea pig. That's creepy. And check this out. It's 2 conjoined sheep. They're conjoined at the belly. A lot of cryptids in here. Jersey Devil House. Tours and meals open 7 days. Leeds Point, New Jersey. This is a sign from the actual house. We do a lot of roadside attractions across America here on this channel. It's always cool to see this stuff, but I've never seen such bizarre pieces in one place, and we've only just begun the tour. Whatever this is crazy. Whoever made this, there's like a snake in there, there's horns, it looks like a human head. Those are real animals all put together. And just below it, that possum with those snakes. Oh my gosh, what is going on down here? This is definitely bizarre. The black arts. Looks like a satanic group of mice. It looks like there's a sacrifice on the altar. Oh my gosh, now that's a diorama to die for. And the bear in the center of the room, black bear riding a tricycle. That's cool. Do you see his little hat on top too? Neato. And the young lady that was giving kind of a brief tour before we started, she came over here and opened this door. I guess when they found this building, this wall was sealed, and behind there it's sealed again, but they found a hoodoo altar. And check this out. We have permission to do this. You can't really see in there. Hold on, let's fire a light up. There you go, the hoodoo altar. They said they rearranged it just a little bit, but it was definitely right there in that location. There was a lot of artifacts, and they said that the wood that was brought to surround the hoodoo altar, check this out, was from that house right there in Savannah, Madame Truth. If you know anything about that history, that is pretty crazy and creepy that they found this down here.
And so all respect with this.
We close the door.
Practice here. We close this respectfully. Please stay where you are. All spirits, stay exactly.
I don't know what I'd do without you, Chris the girl.
In peace.
And everything in display here in this case is from Homer Tate. Homer Tate Wolf Boy. I'll show you who Homer Tate was in just a second. Homer Tate Jungle Pygmy. This is Japanese Soldier. And last but not least, 2-headed baby. Now these were said to be real life shrunken people, although Homer Tate sometimes used real bodies, sometimes didn't. Here's his famous fish girl. Homer used his wife's hair for this piece, and it stayed in the family until recently. The king of gaffs and the father of folk art, Homer Tate. Now before I read a little bit of that, there's Homer right there. He has made most of the stuff I've shown in this room. There he is right there with a little shrunken head. Born September 7th, 1884, died February 21st, 1975, was nicknamed the King of Gaffs for devising strange artifacts that were often used in roadside attractions and sideshows to fool and amuse the public. He is most known for the creation of the Thing. If you've ever driven on Highway 10 just outside of Tucson, Arizona, you've probably seen billboards. Now we have been right there. We have seen the billboards for that. We need to go back and do that. But also Homer is known for a lot of the stuff that I'm showing right here on display, his creations in the Graveface Museum. Creepy. And another one of Tate's shrunken heads there. This one called the Devil Child. Now we were told that the process of shrinking a head right there, shrunken head recipe is right there on that card. So if you take a screenshot, it'll last longer. And I'm not so sure what's going on with this devil here. And we're gonna move on to the next room. There's so much stuff to show in here. This is called Spider Fawn. I believe it's an 8-legged, or used to be an 8-legged fawn. And also 2 heads. 2 heads and 6 legs. I'm sorry, it's right there. Spider Fawn, Spider Fawn. Oh my gosh. All right, it's time for the second room. Here we go. Let's see what this is like. Haunts on. Wow, okay. A hallway full of skulls. And this would be the Satanic room. Ooh.
I want to mention at this point that we are simply showing.
We're just showing everything that's going on in here. There's a copy of Marvel Comics Satana, the Devil's Daughter, which I didn't really know there was a thing. It looks like by the 70s, Satan can be found in mainstream pop culture, no longer just lurking in the dark. I'm reading this right here. Corners of 60s counterculture. In 1973, Marvel Comics introduced the character of Satana Hellstrom, a child of black magic rituals that was taken to hell and trained on how to use her demonic powers. Satana is considered a demon in the comics and regularly is referred to under the aliases of Queen of Hell and the Devil's Daughter. I really didn't know about that. And we've taken a turn into this room, greeted by the skeleton in the casket. That casket looks very old. Let's see what's going on there. Oddfellow skeleton. This skeleton was actually the great-grandfather of Ryan Graveface, museum owner and curator. His great-grandfather was a dedicated Oddfellow, and when he passed away, he donated his remains to the Oddfellow Lodge he belonged to. It was used in the rituals over the years, and when the lodge closed down, they got in touch with Ryan's family to see if they would like the remains back. Ryan was the only one who expressed interest. Everyone else wilted out, and instead of having him buried or cremated, the great-grandfather, along with his interesting legacy, now lives permanently at the Graveface Museum. So this is a real skeleton. Oh my gosh, and I can tell it's real right there. And right here is a sick call set, or what they call a last rites kit that's used in Catholicism. Sick call sets can range from small boxes kept in drawers to large decorative devotional items such as statues with hidden compartments and shadow boxes that would also hold the needed items kept in the home or carried by priests to perform the final anointing on the sick and the dying. The sign below this head says it was a model in a funeral embalming school. Wax head. This was the final assignment for learning how to recreate realistic human features. There's several of these screen faces on the wall here. These are kind of creepy. Very grave mesh mask used in the late 1800s to 1920s during LOOF, International Order of Oddfellows, initiation ceremonies. Every member except the initiate was wearing a hoodwink, would wear a mask. These weren't meant to disguise the members, but to add this to the ceremony, as they were often reenacting biblical scenes during the secret ceremonies. And there's one of those robes there. There's actually 2 robes right here. Okay, that's creepy. And in the next room, greeted by Michael Myers. Watch out! Always good to see Michael. It's pretty creepy looking, isn't it?
He is.
All right, so over here, they got a lot of pinball, and we were told that we could play all we wanted to. I love that every pinball machine, almost every pinball machine, is horror themed. We've got Dracula. I see the monsters down there. I see a couple Dracula. There's Gorgar, there's Elvira. This is super cool. Look at this. Also, there's the Addams Family pinball machine I used to play when I was a kid. That's so cool. And look at this. Freddy Krueger. Also Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. Okay, this place is awesome. I'm loving this so far. And this cool display case here, a lot of haunting things, including dolls. This painting right here was painted by Edward Warren. Barn wood oil painting, 1989. Looks like self-taught demonologist and notable paranormal investigator alongside with wife Lorraine. For over 60 years, their investigations focused primarily on alleged hauntings and supernatural and spiritual presences. Yeah, Ed Warren painted that. That's cool. I didn't realize this was a thing, but this is an advertisement sent out by the Warrens. Meet the Ghost Hunters, Ed and Lorraine Warren, now available for private parties in the comfort of your own home. What's cool about this is I can tell that was typed on a typewriter. And also that right there, that was probably drawn by Ed, knowing that he was an artist. That is freaking awesome. And there is their address in Canton, Connecticut. Okay, Charlie McCarthy right in the bottom. See, I used to have a Charlie just like that with the monocle. It's very hard to find one with the eyepiece. Charlie from Howdy Doody. Super haunted photograph is what this says over here. Win Ryan was living in Chicago in the early 2000s. He moved to the Ukrainian Village neighborhood. While there, landlord was showing him the property and he ended up renting it, and he noticed a trap door in the hallways. He ultimately found this photo. So the issue with this photo was it would mysteriously move on its own. It would be found in different rooms.
All of these objects,
yeah.
I was reading that one too, like all of these objects in here,
move?
They've, yeah, had in their shop, the other shop we're gonna go see later.
Yeah.
And it's the same story, like they would move different locations on their own, they'd be thrown across the floor.
Haunted dolls.
Yeah, very creepy.
Ooh.
I personally, beyond creeped out. The minute that we walked into the museum,
there's a lot of creepy stuff in here.
I feel very like, oh, the anxiety's like.
I mean, look at this place. Oh, Chucky. No, all joking aside, I feel it too.
Yeah, we should have brought the EMF reader too.
Yeah, we left it in the car. A lot of antiques and relics in here. Old cigarette machine. Who remembers those? Newport, Marlboro, cool. Winston's, Bone Busters pinball. Check this out, has a animatronic on top. That skull's laughing at you. So this is the Circus Sideshow Freak Show exhibit, right when you pass the pinball machines. This wall before you go upstairs has a lot of history. Check out that sword swallower banner right there. And a photo of Mr. Sideshow himself, Captain Don Leslie, born December 26, 1937, passed away June 4, 2007, who's known as Captain Don, or sometimes Mr. Sideshow, was one of the vanishing breed, a lifelong sideshow carny who swallowed swords, ate fire, shoved sharp metal objects up his nose and through his cheek. He was a true showman who lived in a small trailer most of his life, stashed his pay in a sock, and smoked like a chimney. It's written right there. There's an advertisement of Captain Don right there. Look at that. Ooh. Also, there's one of his swords. Okay, so in this case down here, some weird things. I see a picture of Lobster Boy there, Grady Stiles Jr. Also, there's a Graveface. It's a death mask. Not so sure who that is. It says Henry. Oh no, it's Harry Houdini. That's a Harry Houdini Graveface. Also, there's a P.T. Barnum book in there. Life of P.T. Barnum. All kinds of oddities just in this case with no explanation. That's Harry Houdini's grave mask. And speaking of Grady Stiles, there's a handprint of Lobster Boy's hands. Life-size cast of Grady Stiles Jr.'s hand All right, so we're gonna head inside this building here, the Ed Gein exhibit and museum. All right, so we're inside the Ed Gein exhibit getting a tour.
So, things I'd love to point out to bump some myths first. We got a lampshade in this room over here. Very similar one on top of this fridge back here behind you guys as well. They both have faces on them because you were going to hear that Ed Gein made these lampshades out of human skin when it's Hollywood bullshit. So it comes directly from the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. People saw it in the movie, just assumed Ed Gein had done it because he did make a wastebasket and 2 chairs out of human skin, but never any lampshades though. That, my friends, is for a very simple reason. The man literally didn't have electricity, so you're not gonna make lampshades from lamps you don't know, that's all it was. Now this chair here is a lot of Hollywood chalk up though. So his chairs never had hair, faces, and noses. So what he would do is he would leather his victim's skin very similar to the way you would treat an animal and just do a little leather seat pad on the bottom, and that was honestly it. So we are gonna have a photo of the 2 chairs upstairs and you'll be able to see for yourselves how it actually did look then.
All right, so we're gonna go upstairs. This is a 2-story exhibit.
Most of these have not been published before, so we are working on that. But everything we have up here we got from the estate of these 2 guys actually dealt with the case. So this right here is Joe. This is Alan Wilimowski, and they were brothers who worked at the Wisconsin State Crime Lab together, and like I mentioned, did crucial roles in the scheme case here. So Joe here, he's going to be our polygraph expert for the state. He gets all of the confessions out of Gein, whereas his brother Alan actually happens to be the ballistics expert for the state. So he's kind of a weirder role in the case. So Alan was tasked with fact checking that whatever Gein was saying was actually truthful or not. So one thing Gein did for them was he told them information about 3 of the 9 graves that he had robbed. Like, you'll find this here, that there, that there. So Alan went to go look for himself, and everything Gein said had actually checked out. So Gein never felt coerced by Joe at all, and actually felt like for the first time in his life he was being treated fairly, so he gave them an entirely honest confession. But obviously this man's pretty unwell here, so he was deemed legally insane and was right off the rip. So although the confession was deemed inadmissible and they could not use it, we do have some crime scene photos. So this photo here, these are all of the human bone fragments found on Gein's property.
Oh my gosh.
This photo here is all the bagged and boxed up human remains and human skin. All of it was covered for the privacy of the victims and their families, but in this little corner right here in the right, you can make out the 2 chairs that he did actually make out of the human skin. So this is a lock of a woman's hair attached to an automobile keyring, and it got handed over to Alan Wilimowski when they were sweeping Gein's truck for evidence. It actually did get marked properly as an evidence piece, and later on in some of these documents, Gein's even questioned about it. Now, Alan was told to discard this item as they were a bunch of the artifacts that same day. Alan decided to take the goodie bag home instead. Very sick nasty, especially when you see at the top of the hair, there was still scalp attached to it. So whoever this came from, it was taken post-mortem and the victim was partially or fully scalped to get that bit off.
The only Ed Gein creation made from human remains known to still exist. Not gonna lie, pretty freaked out. Homicide victim skull from the estate of Alan Wilimowski. He was a ballistics expert from the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. He studied directly under Calvin Goddard, who was the pioneer of forensic ballistic analysis. The identity of this victim is unknown to us. This was in the possession of Alan Wilimowski and was possibly used for scientific research analysis. The caliber of the bullet right there is a .22. This is used post-mortem. Still pretty creepy. That's a real skull. Do not enter without a staff member, just so you know. That is where we just were, upstairs and downstairs. And now we continue up these stairs, much above. Oh my gosh. Okay. Holy cow. Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, I know what's happening.
Ronald before the stairs. Also look down at the arcade again. We're going through the curtain. Wow. Nasty 90s. I can only imagine what's gonna happen in here.
True crime.
True crime stuff?
Yeah. Cults and serial killers.
Serial killers and occults. I see a book on Heaven's Gate right there. This allegedly, and there's a picture with him wearing it right there to the right. Those were Jim Jones glasses. Now, being from Indiana, we never like to mention this guy's name because he was from there too. Original Kool-Aid packets from Jonestown. Never thought I'd be close to those. Video cassette recorder, VHS recorder, owned by Heaven's Gate. That was actually found on property. A Waco, Texas t-shirt. The Adventures of Davy Koresh and the Temple of Doom. Cult t-shirts. It looks like these people were selling these during the time of Waco. A Tanya Harding signed ice skate. Two-time USA champ, 92-94 Olympian. Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan. I remember that story so big when I was a kid. Original Spawn Ranch sign. Whoa. And below the sign, redwood roof shingle from Roman Polanski's house. There's the house right there. If you know anything about the Manson murders. Also Charles Manson's sweatpants. All right, we're not going to show the last room. It's way too much for us. Please wait here for the John Wayne Gacy exhibit. So behind me, a giant room and artifacts. And we end back where we began, in the gift shop. All kinds of oddities in here as well. So many retro looking t-shirts you can buy on the way out. Keep Savannah creepy. Graveface Museum. I like this one. That's a very 80s shirt. Graveface Museum. And just a sweep of the place. Before we head out, a lot of taxidermy on the wall up there. Check out the giant moose. Whoa. There's an elk and a moose. And over here on this wall, several other deer. So underneath the giant moose over here, there's an old Mickey Mouse hat. That probably came from Disneyland or Disney World. I don't know. Looks creepy. And also, look at this old arcade game, Spook Gun, with a ghostie on it. This is incredible. I don't know if it still works. No. Still cool though. Oh, thank you so much. We got buttons.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Graveface.
Anytime.
We did survive.
I survived. Yeah, we surely did. You did it. Thank you.
We did it.
And overall, we thoroughly enjoyed this endeavor. Thank you so much. The people who worked in there were great. They are very educated on what's going on. Again, this is an educational experience. Come check them out. Tell them Tampa J and Chris the Girl sent you. We're not gonna sugarcoat it for you. There were actually a lot of stuff. A couple of rooms that was hard for us to get through. It is an educational experience of the grave. This is some very grim stuff. You may not be into it, so a little trigger warning if you come out here. Fair warning. It's
a lot.
It's a lot.
And by the way, they're not promoting.
They're not promoting any of this.
Serial killers or anything like that. It's simply educational.
Correct.
That's really all it is, and also to pay respects to those
to the deceased,
who have lost their lives as well. So just bear that in mind also. But yeah, it was a lot.
Was a lot. But we're gonna go to the second location, which is more of a record store and an oddity shop. So we're curious to see what's over there. Maybe they'll have some other stuff, but first we're gonna head to the shops that you want to go to.
Yeah.
Here we go. And here we are near Ellis Square. Chris is going to visit these couple of stores, these shops, right here in this area. This is a pretty cool place. Kind of reminds me of an area I've been to before in Boston, the market area, a little bit. So we're gonna pop inside this store. Make sure you check out Chris's video. This place looks awesome. Go check it out. Make sure you subscribe to Chris the Girl. Click the notification button if you want to see inside this store. And we conjured up some purchases. Where are we headed to next?
We're heading to the olfactory company.
All right, now it's time for coffee. We're gonna try this place called the Coffee Fox. And we have Fox Coffee. Look at this. I got the nitro, you just got the drip. Pretty good. Much needed. It's been a long day. And that's the Fox Coffee Shop where we just bought the coffee at the corner of Whitaker and Broughton. So the street we're walking down, it kind of reminds me of New York a little bit. A lot of people walking, a lot of shops, a pedestrian-friendly city. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, which was written right here. And we've made it right off of this square here. Not so sure what square that is, but the old factory. If you want to see the inside of this place, and it looks awesome, make sure you check out Chris's video.
I'm so excited.
Have fun. I'm going with you. Much ahead. So this building over here, beautiful old building. currently being restored, as you can tell by the construction workers and the scaffolding. And I just figured out which square that is because of this bistro. That's Right Square. Horse and buggy ride coming. Looks like it's vacant too. That's a big carriage. Looks like you can fit a party of 12 in there. MagnoliaCarriage.com. Check them out. All right, so right next door, you actually enter through the old factory to get into 13 West York Street, which is this place here. Look at this. For the strange and unusual, there's a guy right there in the window with an alligator head. So we just found out, sadly, unfortunately, they don't allow any photography and video, so retract that. We're just gonna enjoy the journey inside. We can't film in there, so that won't be in Chris's video, but we're still gonna continue this journey and head over to the Graveface record store. And here we are at Right Square. Chris was just filming a segment right here on this park bench. We're just kind of enjoying this. We're gonna go back to the car and then head to the Graveface Museum. You liking Savannah so far?
Yeah, it's pretty.
And the road's closed off right here for the Christmas tree in downtown Savannah. Yeah, this definitely right here reminds me of New York, specifically because of that large brick building. Classic car for sale. Wow. All right. I don't know, think about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
We'll think about it. And we made it to Graveface Records, the second Graveface store of the day. 5 West 40th Street, right here on this street, if you're looking for it. So no museum in here, just curiosities and records. Got some right on the sidewalk. Also, just like the other Graveface, just a trunk full of random bones right here beside the records on the sidewalk, just before the door. All right, this is our type of place. Music and taxidermy. Just gonna say it right there. What do you think?
Oh, it's awesome.
There's some cool things in here.
Yeah.
I found the punk section. We got Misfits, we've got Bad Religion, Big Black, we've got Sex Pistols, some cool things on the front counter here, stickers. Keep Savannah creepy. Also, there's like a Freddy there with a rat on top of it. A little blow mold. Keep our swamps clean, a little swamp thing. Also, I like this sticker, Freddy Krueger playing a V guitar. And there are some curiosities in here, just like over the museum. That is a real human skull right there, brought back from Vietnam. I was just told. Creepy. Paper mache mask. Now, if you ask me, those are the creepiest kind and the oldest. That looks like the evil witch. Also, this thing here and that thing. There's several masks over here. Oh, Teletubby, definitely the creepiest. Whoa, Chris the girl loves her trash cans. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Dairy Queen trash can.
No, it's not.
Oh, what is that? This is not a beep trash can. Unsolved Mysteries. The soundtrack. And Light Bright. Don't look at this mask, Chris.
Okay.
I think it's a frog. It looks like a frog. Smells like a frog. Oh, hello. There's a little doggy over here. Check it. I found the Cure. Cassettes, Friday the 13th. That's amazing. We got part 2, part 3, and the original. Also, I see Monster Squad. Also on cassette here. The soundtrack to Chud 2. A VHS tape I purchased in Atlanta, Georgia 2 weeks ago at Mad Monster. We've got the soundtrack here. Okay, so I was just letting know that these cassette tapes, which I'm showing you, were actually created by Graveface Records. They not only do that, but they said that they have VHS tapes in the back, so you know I'm gonna check that out. And look at this. They have CD sampler grab bags, 10 Graveface CDs for 10 bucks, which I might do. Also, they have a mystery box full of records. 3 different Graveface LPs plus one, it looks like one 7-inch for 25 bucks. All right, so we're entering the back room. A lot of media in the back, including CDs and VHS tapes. So this is TerraVision, which is next door. It's not open today.
Yeah. This is Graveface.
Graveface. Okay.
And then these ones are Graveface as well.
All right. A lot of midnight movies back here. The Phantom Planet on VHS. Attack of the Puppet People.
Terror comes in small packages.
That looks awesome. Midnight movies. Back here it's very tiki looking. See a lot of Creature from the Black Lagoon too. Several tiki mugs back here. Look at this one. It's like 2 zombies. There's also a Creature from the Black Lagoon. Pinball machine. Monster mask. Some weird taxidermy here. That looks like a... That's cool. I don't know who made that, but that's amazing. Looks like they actually used fish to construct that. And the Graveface Museum Skull Clown ceramic mug, and I believe it's over here on display. Yeah, it's right over there. There you go. Here it is. Right there, Savannah, Georgia. Looks like it's 50 bucks for that. This place is cool. Both of the stores together, amazing. Trauma Action, 25 bucks for Toxic Avenger Parts 2 and 3 soundtrack. Well, think about it. Is it me or is this squirrel giving me the finger? Oh. I'd say so. It's like Chris is picking out a shirt right there. You like it? I love it. Little bat, some skulls. Okay, so I made my selection as far as t-shirt. Gonna go with this one. And I decided to go with the original Friday the 13th soundtrack and Wolfman's Got Nards. And we were just let known that there is a punk and metal show here tomorrow night. They also have a music venue. Don't know if we'll make it, but definitely is an option.
This one here, December 2nd.
Never fear, Super Squirrels here. All right, so we're closing down shop here. That was a fun time. We got goodies in the bag. And right next door to Graveface, I know I've seen these guys at conventions. This is Terror Vision. I've definitely bought a couple of their horror movies because I remember that logo right there. Got some Nightmare on Elm Street too. They're only open on Saturdays. Don't know if we'll make it tomorrow because we have so much planned this weekend, but this is a horror store we need to check out. Just like we did in Chicago. Looks like they're having a Lodge of Sorrows Graveface Museum Oddities Market on December 9th, 12 to 5. Nice little market street over here. Get some food. Don't know what we're gonna eat tonight, but we're gonna go check into our historic and haunted hotel. That's all I'm gonna say. We booked 2 nights. We kind of splurged. I don't think we've ever stayed this expensive. We wanted to make sure we celebrated something amazing to us, the fact that we've been together for 2 years, so much ahead. You'll see all of that tomorrow. All right, I think that's gonna be the end of it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe below if it was your first time. Please do if you enjoyed it. Also check out Chris the Girl's video. She went places we did not go. And I really had a great time inside those stores today, by the way.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All of them. It was such a great time here in Savannah today. And that's part of the reason why we chose to spend here, because we've never been here before, all but one time, just kind of breezed through. And we knew this would be right up our alley. So we've got a lot of stuff planned. So we hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Know you're loved, know you're awesome. And no matter who you are or what you're going through, just know there's a creature feature ahead. That's it. We didn't bring the ghost meter tonight. We totally forgot, but that will be a part of tomorrow's video as well, as we're celebrating our anniversary with the ghost meter. No, it's gonna be there. All right, that's it.
That's it.
Want to say anything else?
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.